playing with some stuff back here. Hey, here we go. We got John. How you doing, John?
Yeah. Hey, it's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's the Nocosfere?
Good. Okay, I gotta mute myself on the screen. I'm learning here. I'm learning. Okay. All right. Yeah. Welcome everybody. Yeah, we're just gonna. I got some stuff ahead for tonight that we're gonna discuss. Me and John and whoever else shows up. I don't know if we'll see anyone else tonight, but we got some stuff we could talk about. I do have some pop culture stuff that I've seen throughout the week, and there's some shows that have started and are coming up here soon that we'll discuss. And I got a couple lists for us to play around with for the last hour.
Cool.
We can discuss that. So we'll see how it goes. So I think to start out, like we always do, we got to talk about the box office for the week. So I actually did go and see the Minecraft movie this weekend. That movie is definitely going strong. Still, I did not get the popcorn chicken jockey scene at my theater. Yeah, I think kind of curtailed it for a lot of places. I know as soon as you walk in the lobby of the one that I'm at, they have it on the speaker, and they have signs posted up that we couldn't. 18 and under had to bring an adult. So, and they were repeating that on the speaker as you walked in as well. So, they definitely curtailed it, at least for some places. I don't know if it worked everywhere, obviously, but no, man, the movie's still going good. It's made it up to over $500 million worldwide in week 2. So there was a little bit of drop. Actually, is that a drop? Yeah, it's a little bit of drop, but still going very strong. And I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion. But I think it'll certainly get close. It's definitely made. So I looked up the budget the other day, and I think it was 150 million.
Yeah,
something about that. So they've already made over $500 million. So they've already made it back. So
they're already in the green. There's probably already planning Minecraft too.
There was a little cliffhanger at the end. So for sure. I did, and it's interesting because there was definitely a lot of things that I'm sure I missed, meme wise and stuff like that. But overall, I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It made me chuckle at places. The characters were good. I like the young actor that they got, the young one. He was pretty cool, little smart guy, good with contraptions and tinkering and stuff like that. So, of course, he was right at home in Minecraft. When you're able to build stuff like that and use your imagination in that way. So he definitely thrives there. But I liked all the characters, even Jason Momoa, a little bit cringy at times, but he was supposed to be, right? So, but overall, pretty good movie. I thought it was worth a watch. I don't regret going. And then, so we got the King of Kings that started this weekend. I didn't know this, but I didn't realize that Oscar Isaacs actually was voicing Jesus in this.
Yeah,
this is the animated one. So that 20 million, it's not bad. I don't know what the production cost was on this one. Probably 90% of it went to animation, but and then the Amateur. I had no real desire to watch this one. Warfare, that's that A24 movie. I don't know if I'll watch that one in theaters. And then Drop, I don't even know what that one's about.
A2 after what they did with Civil War, I'm not, not quite so, or A24. They kind of had this excellent concept for a movie, and they had it written by someone who's not American and doesn't understand American politics.
Oh yeah, you can kind of tell that, right? When you put California and Texas on the same side, they kind of your ignorance just a little bit. Give me 1 second here. I got to do something for the show. If I can find it somewhere around here. Hang on. Show patience with me. I'm learning. Don't judge me. It's for a good cause. Where is it? There's so many. There we go.
There are some who call me Tim.
Despite his disrespect in the chat, I'm still going to play his video when he shows up. Them is the rules, and I will respect them. So, how you doing, Tim? How you doing, Vince? How you doing, everyone? I think I saw Joe earlier in the chat. How you guys doing?
Yeah, he popped in to do a drive-by like and say hi while he's up in the Great
Iceland.
North there.
Yeah, in Iceland. Yeah, apparently there's snow where he is, so I'm gonna call it Iceland. Now, of course, we have to at the very least mention that Snow White only made a little less than 3 mil this weekend. The drop off is pretty tough. It's not quite gonna make, looks like, 200 mil worldwide at the moment. So it's yeah.
Disney lost a lot of money on that.
Yeah, it's gone. That was, well, I think the movie was what, 150 mil, something like that, but plus like all the ads and all the I don't know what it cost, but they definitely didn't make their money back.
Well, remember they reshot it.
And the reshots, and a year went by with nothing to gain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I honestly, I think I would pay to see what the original was going to be, just to see what the original would have been.
Yeah.
I need the director's cut of Snow White. Can we get that? Is that a thing?
I read today they banned it in Lebanon.
Did they say why?
Yeah, because of Gal Gadot.
Oh no, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, that whole business is beyond me.
Yeah,
but okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, that was the movies for this week. Anything coming up? I do have a list of movies, and or not movies actually. I got TV shows. But any movies you could think of, John, coming up that you're looking at?
Not in April.
Not in April?
I don't think so. Let me pull up the list real quick.
Yeah, I was looking at the movie list, but I think we covered that recently, so I didn't want to.
Yeah, we covered it recently, but as I say a lot, I've slept since then.
But I mean, the main stuff that we're really, hyped on is coming this summer, right? Superman. There's, I think, Zootopia coming out this summer. I can't remember. Is that later this year? Something like that. I want to see that.
Well, May is Thunderbolts. May 2nd.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. Yeah, that's the 2nd?
Yeah. And then there isn't another one until May 23rd, and that's Mission Impossible. But it's going up against Lilo and Stitch, so it doesn't have a prayer.
Let me hang on. I want to add that and that. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. It's going to show whatever one.
Oh, you're just showing mine. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I saw you. I was like, let me just show what you do. How to Train Your Dragon, man. I am. I came to that one very late. I think I didn't watch them until they were all out or something like that. And
yeah,
I binged them all, and I really got into it. So I am actually pretty hyped. I'm definitely going to go to the theaters to see that one, 100%.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that one. 28 years later.
Yeah, I remember watching 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later, but I can't remember a thing about them. So I don't know if I'll go see that in theaters, but.
Yeah. Now I'll go see Jurassic World just because it's dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And ScarJo,
Yeah. I definitely, I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. I might, just because, man, that's the week before Superman, right?
Yep. Actually, yeah, it's the week before, because it's, it actually has the
July 4th weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. It's got a good chance to make some money before Superman hits.
Yeah, imagine Superman came out Yeah, it's already going to be big, right? So it doesn't really matter. But imagine if that came out on July 4th weekend. Like I'm kind of shocked they didn't put it a week before. Like,
Well,
is there anything more patriotic than Superman?
I know that's true, but Jurassic World had that staked out from when they announced it, which was just after the last movie.
Do they have to care?
Movies don't want to step on each other's toes because they lose audience that way.
I guess, but honestly, I'm thinking I might do a double feature myself. I might wait until the 11th and do a little Jurassic Park, and then follow that up with Superman. I miss doing my double features, and I've even done a couple triple features in one day. It's really awesome.
Well, it looks like the only thing that'll threaten Superman that even has a chance that would threaten Superman is
2 weeks later.
It's weeks later is Fantastic Four. And then this Bad Guys 2. Bad Guys is one of those sleeper hits from last year or a couple of years ago that made a ton of money.
Yeah, I don't think I watched the first
one. They made a sequel to Nobody. But, it's like, that's a movie that didn't need a sequel. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot. Huh?
It's the Peter Dinklage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Peter Dinklage. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, Peter Dinklage. Jeez, man, it's got a cast.
Yeah, it's got a cast, but it's not Toxie.
I don't know anything about the Toxic Avenger, so yeah.
Oh, there's another dynamic. Spinal Tap 2. I'll go see just because I like Spinal Tap. Yeah, October's Tron.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing a whole lot.
Yeah, the summer is pretty much where most of the good stuff is.
Yeah, Running Man and Predator Badlands are all both at the same time.
I thought Predator was going to be a TV series.
No, it's a movie. Huh. Oh, there's a sequel to Silent Hill. I think that's a sequel to Silent Hill. Yes, they did a sequel to the Silent Hill movies.
I watched the first one.
Or a reboot.
I've never been a Silent Hill fan. Oh, November. Oh, November's going to be
Zootopia,
bad.
Yeah.
Definitely do Wicked Part 2 and Zootopia 2. That's a double feature that has my name written on it. Holy crap. That's going to be... Oh, man. If that came out sooner, I definitely would have done a triple feature, but I'm not going to do Avatar on the same day as the other two.
Yeah, now what's...
Too far out.
Yeah, this is a Christian movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Avatar's coming out that weekend, so that's going to take up all the...
Yeah. Return of the Living Dead. They remade Return of the Living Dead.
The scary movies during December. I don't understand that.
I don't either, Joe. Last year they did that.
Oh, okay. Go if you go now. I still don't care for it, but at least it's in the premise, right? It's on the brink of a zombie outbreak during Christmas in 1985. So it's basically like Die Hard, where it pretends to be a Christmas movie. Got it. Okay. Yeah. It's not Christmas.
They remade Anaconda with Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn.
God, okay. All right.
Randy Newton.
Oh yeah, Housemaid. Yeah. Vince had saw that. I don't know where it was on the list, but I forgot about that one. Where's the freaking one with the threesome? When's that movie coming out? I've heard that one for like 2 years, and the movie's never coming out.
I have no idea.
I don't get it. Is that another 28 years later?
Yeah,
okay. We're getting a little too far. I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to forget half of these things.
Okay, like, yeah, I'm just looking now to see. There's A Last Airbender, Screen 7.
So yeah, it looks like for me it's looking like July and then November.
Yeah.
is pretty much what it's looking like. So other than that, it's going to be kind of slim pickings. So.
Well, I'll definitely be going to see Thunderbolts.
True. Yeah, I will definitely be going to see that. Yeah, that's true. All right. So going to move on from the movies for now. The next thing, let's go a little bit into the pop culture world, where we're going to talk about the first most epic flight in the history of ever. And that was the Blue Origin.
Ooh, yeah.
We didn't know Katy Perry and a couple of other people went to space.
Almost went to space.
Outer space. They literally touched the moon and came back in 11 seconds. And it was the best it was the best 11 seconds of their lives. You know, unfortunately for
they made it to the edge of it. They didn't actually go into outer space.
Well,
they just went to the edge.
The conspiracy theorists are out right now. Okay, they talk about those flimsy ass doors when they open up the pod. You know, saying that there's no fucking way they even went up that far. You know, something like that. So I don't know. I'm not going to say one way or the other. But yeah, Katy Perry kissing the ground. You know, that was fun. But hey, you know, and I will say this. I will say this. Now, there's a lot of judgment going on, right? Because it even shows it in the text below, where it's like a Hunger Games type, a reminiscence of Hunger Games going on.
Yeah,
ultra rich doing weird shit. But I will say that if given a chance, I would 100% do this. So I think some people do kind of need to get off their high horse just a wee bit, and not pretend that if you had money, you would spend it just a little bit. But I can still understand.
Hell yeah. Except I'm giving my money to Musk to take me to the International Space Station. Not this. Let's take me to the edge of space on an 11-minute joyride. I want to go to space.
I don't know. Until we get actual vehicles that can hover and just take us straight up there instead of rocking on our ass, I'm not prepared to go yet. That's just me. So
yeah.
Just a couple of folks from the chat. Let's see. Oh, this is how it works. Okay, yeah. There's DJ Ronnie. How you doing, DJ?
Janet from another planet.
Yeah, we got Janet. Hang on, I'm working this. There we go. How you doing, Janet? Of course, there's Vince saying December 25th. You know, that was the Handmaiden with the very lovely girlfriend of the show. And then Tim was somewhere in there. I already showed your video, Tim. I'm not going to show your comment. So yeah, I just thought this was interesting to bring.
So that means you get the threesome from that movie as a Christmas present.
Is that? I thought that was a different movie. Housemaiden, I thought was something else.
I thought that's the one with the.
I'm pretty sure it's something else. I think Housemaiden is way different from the one that they're like on a tropical island, or not tropical island, but they're stuck somewhere with far away from civilization. I don't know. So the next thing, I was actually kind of sad that.
No, that's the one with the.
Is it? Oh man, I don't know if I want to do that for Christmas. though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, because it's got Mandy Seyfried, Sydney Sweeney, directed by Paul Feig.
Are you sure? What's the synopsis? Hang on.
Follows a struggling woman who's happy to start over as a housemaid for an affluent elite.
No,
couple.
that's not it.
This isn't it.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. That's for sure. Doesn't the other one have Blue Eyes from whatchamacallit? Once I see the name, I'm gonna ring Eden.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw it. Eden.
It's already out.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
Is it Eden? Maybe it's not Eden. Yes.
Yeah. There's Anna de Armas.
Is it already out? Holy shit. Are you sure? I know it says 2024, but sometimes those things lie. I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Anyways, the next thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, it came out. It comes out this August.
So it's not out yet. Okay.
No.
All right. I'm not going crazy. Yeah, this August. Okay. All right. Give me a second here to add this up. Joe was talking about this last time we were on the Oscars, or we watched it. He was said that there was no stunt. He felt like there should have been a stunt category, right? Because we were talking about the Fall Guy, how he really enjoyed that one for the stunts. So I thought,
Yeah.
I saw this and thought, oh man, I don't know if Joe's seen this yet, but
We're
yeah.
watching the show.
Well, it's I thought that was pretty cool. Not trying to bring us down a little bit, but you had mentioned this in the chat.
Yeah.
You're going to have to kind of fill me in on this because I don't think I watched a lot of what he did. So can you go a little bit into Wink Martindale?
He was 70s and 80s game show host.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched him a lot as a kid. He's also famous for interviewing Elvis.
Okay. So just like a single event interview or something like that?
Yeah, it was a big deal. If I remember right, I think it was before he died, just before he died.
Okay. All right. And I didn't watch Days of Confused or Boston Public, so I'm not sure who Nicky Cat is, but he also.
I have no idea who he is. He looks familiar. He looks like a character actor.
Yeah. Well. Yep. Seems like every week at this point, seem to be losing someone. Another thing that I saw this week that was interesting was Coachella. John, Coachella. This. I'm not gonna lie. Everything that I've seen from this, it feels like every introvert's worst dream. Like, I don't know a lot about Coachella. It's not something I plan to ever go to. But I got to tell you that this kind of freaked me out. The movies I've been seeing or the videos I've been seeing about it, it's just kind of freaking me out. So I got to tell you, can you tell me what the appeal is for a Coachella? John? I mean, I know I'm not asking the expertise here when it comes to.
It's a bunch of
concerts.
It's a big festival. You know, it takes place like over multiple weekends.
I didn't know that either.
And
when I was doing my little research here, I realized it's like a month long, but it's every weekend.
Yeah,
4 weekends.
Yep.
4 weekends.
And they bring in a lot of pop culture acts and people, and famous people go there, and it's it's one of those places. It's you go there to be seen nowadays. I mean, it's more about that and style than the music, I think.
Seems like it.
Apparently, Bernie Sanders was there.
Bernie Sanders? Okay. I'm sure he was very hip. Yeah. The thing I wanted to also mention about this one was I don't know if you saw the prices for this, John.
Oh, I'm sure they're ridiculous.
My God. General admission starting week 1 was starting at $649.
Yep.
The first weekend. And you got weekend 2, and then that's just the general admission.
Oh yeah, that just gets you in the door.
Yeah, it just gets you in the door. It gets you. It doesn't get you a bottle of water.
Those bottles of water is probably like $10.
That's VIP. You get a bottle of water with VIP. Let's see what else do you get with VIP. There you go. VIP air. You get to stand in a different area.
Yeah,
away from the dredge. The commoners, the plebeians. You get air conditioned restrooms. Oh my God, that alone is probably worth the whole price for VIP for me. Because General Admission's got those damn poop boxes, right? Porta Johns.
Yeah.
Porta potty. Sorry, John.
Oh yeah,
I didn't mean to take your name in vain. I'm sorry.
I've been to festivals before, so it's.
And then they have like car camping, like Sunset Van Camp, Pop Top Camperman, 2 doubles for just a measly $5K. Just a measly $5K. I think people are like going into debt for this now, and I can understand that, right? Because I buy a lot of things too, but I spent a lot of money the last 2 weekends, so I can kind of feel it. But my goodness, This is crazy. This is like, that's a lot of money.
Well, I could explain it in one word:
What you got?
California.
Well, is it in California? I didn't even pay attention to that. That does make sense.
It's a
So,
California thing.
yeah. Okay. Interesting. Hey, how's it going there, Courtney? How you doing? Just kind of stealing this show from Joe tonight. Maybe next week too, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so we're just discussing the ridiculous prices of Coachella, a place that I will most likely never go in my lifetime. So I will just sit here and judge anyone that goes. That's all.
Now,
That's all.
see, if I'm paying that much to go to a festival, I'm going to go do something like Hellfest or one of the big metal festivals in Europe where you get to see, legendary band, or I'll freaking buy tickets or scalp tickets for Ozzy's last concert.
A
The
lake
last
Eldorado tent. Oh, that looks so comfy.
Ooh.
They got little chairs out there, man. You get a lake view where people are definitely not puking in. Yeah, that's crazy. This whole thing. Look at safari camping for 10K. There you go. Oh, that's not to mention the add-ons. Hey, if that wasn't enough for you, John, there's
Yeah.
there's some extra stuff. You got the lockers for $100. It's good stuff, man. And remember, folks, you got 3 more weeks of this, so enjoy it. Get your passes and your $50 loop earplugs.
Yeah.
Right? Your $50 earplugs, guys. There's none better than getting loop earplugs at Coachella. So just putting that out there. We're not sponsored by Coachella. So yeah.
Who's even playing Coachella this year?
Well, I saw the here's some of the list right here.
Yeah, coming up's Lady Gaga, Missy Elliott, yeah. The original Misfits.
I think Benson
Now, see,
like the biggest surprise or whatever.
I would go see the original Misfits, but this, I don't know. I don't know who this Charlie XCX, is that like a rapper?
Sure. All the cool kids are doing the XCX now. Isn't there a streamer that does that too? XCX? Isn't there a streamer name too?
I don't know. And Post Malone is a country artist now.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, he switched over. He's like what's his face? Machine Gun Kelly. He's not a rapper anymore. He's a pop star. So that's fun.
Hey, buddy.
Oh. You got a guess.
My grandson. Say hi. So let's see.
All right. So I think next time we're not going to delve too deep into it, but it is a pulp culture. So I did want to mention it just a little bit, but The Last of Us did come out this last week. The first episode. No spoilers here. I'm not going to go too deep. I didn't want to discuss it too much until Joe's back. But it was an interesting episode. It was a lot of. It was only an hour, so there was only so much they could do. But they did a little bit more in Jackson. A little bit more in Jackson than they did in the game, I think. So it was fine. It was a fine first episode.
I assume you were streaming or something.
John, you said you're waiting for Allie to watch this?
Yeah, I gotta wait.
Okay. Well, tell her to hurry up so we can discuss it.
Okay.
You got 2 weeks to watch the first 3 episodes. Whatever. But they definitely changed some stuff in this one. So it was a little different from the game. There's some things that they added. They kind of did some creative differences in the first one too. So we'll see how this season goes. I'm definitely going to be watching it every week because it's going to be plastered everywhere. Did you mute yourself? Uh-oh. Guys, you can talk crap about John right now. He can't defend himself. Quick, someone say something witty. Raise your hand if you're here. John's here. All right, good. All right. Well, John's playing with that. So yeah, it was a pretty decent episode. We did get to see Caitlin Dever. I do like her. There was a little bit of blowback because apparently people were saying she's not buff enough. Cool. That seemed to be what people harped on during the video game. So you just one thing you got to learn is in this society is you can't make everybody happy.
Well, the problem in the video game is she was too buff.
Yeah. Okay. God, whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't know. I don't care about buff women, so it did one way or the other. So it was kind of, I don't know. But I like the actress, so So I'm gonna dig her. They, like I said, they did something a little bit different in this one. I don't like I said, I don't want to talk too much into it until more of the panels watched it. But they're taking some.
Oh, Jeffrey Wright's in it now. I'm looking at the cast list, season
Jeffrey
2
Wright.
cast list.
Yeah. Well, what else has he been in?
He's Uatu the Watcher from What If. He's was in Westworld.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. I don't remember him in the first episode. But...
Gabriel Luna's in it, and well, he's Tommy. So
Tommy.
Which they just really need to do a prequel of just Tommy and Joel and their experience with Firefly before.
Yeah, I am kind of curious if we're going to get some more flashbacks. That's for sure. And of course, they did end of the episode do the dance. I do like Isabella Merced. I think she's pretty cool. I know it's a broken record, but I still can't really get over the casting for Ellie.
Ellie was a bad casting, but that Isabella girl, she looks a lot like the character in the game.
She does. Yeah, she does for sure, which is weird. That's what makes it weird. Like, why don't they just change her? You know, but I don't know. We're just changing things. But so I don't know. But it was a decent first episode for sure. They are. I think what they're doing with this one, like I said, I'm not going to go into details in particular, but it feels like they're trying to change how they present the story because of the backlash of the first one. So as soon as you start watching this, John, you'll notice the differences.
Okay.
It's like in the first 10 minutes that you'll see like this didn't happen in the game. And then I think you'll understand why. But maybe not understand why, but you'll understand why it could have been that way. But yeah, so that decent show, and of course I don't have it on you because it's going to be on the list we have. But Andor is starting. You know, watch that at all, John? You know, watch?
Oh yeah,
Andor.
Yeah,
I think I need to do a little binging this weekend. Do a little recap.
I really liked Andor. I thought it was.
It took me about 5 episodes, but yeah.
I thought it was the best of the Star Wars series. And I'm a really big fan of Ahsoka, so I'm weird. I actually like Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka was good. I think the issue for Ahsoka for me is the whole, lack of good fighting.
Yeah, they definitely need to step up the choreography. That's for sure.
Like if you look at the Acolyte, right? For all the problems that it had, the fighting was not one of them. The fight scenes in the Acolyte were very good, in my opinion. So I mean that part didn't go wrong at all. So they need to bring that, over.
Well,
whoever they have as their coordinator needs to come over. But I mean, I also understand that Rosario Dawson can only do so much.
Yeah, she's our age, or Joe and my age, not your age.
So it would be nicer if I think they need to bring what's her name, Ariana Greenblatt, is that her
Yep.
name? Bring her back. Do more flashbacks of the Clone Wars, and see where we go from there. Because I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would.
And
I would like to see more of that.
That's where we can get our action from, and then in the present time, you get the wise and older Ahsoka, kind of thing, who doesn't fight very much, but can if need be, kind of thing. So I think that would be a really good balance. Plus, I just want to see Darth Maul some more.
Yeah. Well, we'd see more Darth Maul, that's for sure.
I need more Darth Maul, so I'll just kind of we'll see how that goes. But all right. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to apologize to you, Vince, but I don't do Instagram, so I'm not gonna be able to do the girlfriend of the show bit, especially because Jed's not here. Jed decided not to show either. He's probably in Iceland too. I don't know what, but so I don't really follow Sydney Sweeney in the way that Joe and Jed do. So unfortunately for you guys, we're gonna have to forego that one. Unless Jed happens to show up, we'll do something, but it's not looking likely right now. So I think what I'd like to do is go on to our next subject, which is John. You might have to help me out with this one if you're not too distracted over there.
Okay, I've got a little one, so
yeah.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah, so the first list I have is TV shows coming out.
Okay.
Just kind of wanted to scroll through these. These are obviously not everything coming out, but a good amount. There was a couple of shows that I saw that might be interesting. But if you see some, I'm going to kind of scroll through these. Anyone in the chat, if you see something interesting, let me know. Maybe we could take a look at it. But just kind of starting with April. Not seeing anything. America's Most Wanted. Good. Glad that's back. Of course, the biggest thing, April 20th is Andor coming back, which we kind of already discussed. Vince is going Sherlock and Daughter. I don't know whether it's a CW, so
that'd be a no.
It's not what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, it's not a link, so I can't hit it. It'll take me forever to figure out how to IMDb this wish. But anyways, I don't mind. You got to be in the mood for CW, right? You got to be for me anyways, I got to be like, in order to watch the Arrowverse stuff, you got to be in a mood, right? You got to be in the mood for cheesy, corny, just okay production value. Just kind of, okay costumes, you just got to be in the mood for that. At least for me, when it's anything CW, you just got to be in that mood. Let's see here. Kind of looking around. Battle Camp. I'm not sure what that's about, but
I have no idea either. It hasn't shown up on my radar yet.
You know anything about You? I think I've heard about that one. Isn't that something? It's final season.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Let's see. Of course, another NCIS, a finale. Cool.
Yeah. Fire Country's finale.
Let's see here. Celebrity.
Okay, they don't have it listed, but there is on the last day of the month, on the 30th, on Netflix, there's a Spanish show calling out called the Eternaut, something like that. I've got it up on mine if you want to show it.
And what is this?
One summer night in Buenos Aires, a mysterious deadly snowfall wipes out most of the population and leaves thousands stranded. Juan Savo and his friends embark in a desperate struggle to survive. Everything changes when they discover that the toxic snowstorm is only the first attack by an alien invading Earth.
Toxic snowstorm.
The only way to stay alive is to join together and fight. No one will survive on their own.
So this is the snow version of Falling Skies.
Yeah, it's in Spanish, so it's from South America, but
Interesting.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, did everything in the world. I'm there. Okay.
But that's all that's on my schedule for that. I mean, next month, what's new coming out?
Yeah, we'll show up the ones you're highlighting here in a second, because they may or may not be on this list. So,
Yeah.
because we're going into May now.
Okay.
Let's see, The Equalizer. I never got into the TV show. I have been watching the two movies. Well, there's three movies, but I did watch the first two, the Denzel Washington movies. Pretty good.
I haven't actually watched them.
They're actually pretty good. Basically he's a retired special forces guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I want to say special forces. I think it's more complicated than that, but he's highly skilled.
Yeah, I watched the original series on TV back in the 80s.
Oh, okay, then sure. It's been mentioned, but anyways, makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was based off another one, but same thing. So I'm sure the TV show's the same. But I was gonna watch the third one, but like I hadn't watched the first two yet. So a couple weekends ago, I did watch those. So they're pretty good. Let's take a look. And no mention of Gundam something.
GQUUUUX. I have no idea what that is.
I don't either.
I know I know what Gundam is, but I haven't. I'm kind of behind on Gundam, so.
Yeah, I never did get into Gundam. I don't know. Never got into the whole robots fighting each other thing. Just never a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this show I kind of want to get into. Now, I am absolutely a one of my. I don't know if it's guilty pleasure is the right word, but I like lawyer shows.
Yeah, isn't that like a spinoff of a spinoff?
It's a spin. It's literally so you could call it a spinoff of the first one, but the character. So because Elsbeth is a lawyer, a very quirky, out of the box, like does weird shit lawyer. But she was the first show was The Good Wife, and she appears in that one. That's where she started, and then that show ended, and the Good Fight took over, and she's in that one. She was a recurring character on that one too. And then they were like, okay, well, enough people like her, let's make her own show. So I guess I guess technically she's a spinoff of the first one, but her character continued in the second series, and then now she has her own show. But I'm catching up on The Good Fight first, and then I'm just going to watch this show. So I definitely plan on catching up on that series. Apple TV I got to get back into. For All Mankind is a show I really need to catch up on. There's like 4 seasons of that out right now. I think I only watched the first season, season 1. Let's see here.
New season of Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots. I think I only watched the first season, but I'll definitely have to get back into that. Very, very, very interesting show. I liked all the different styles. Normally, I don't like different styles, but in this show it works.
Murderbot. I am anxiously awaiting Murderbot.
What is Murder? Okay, you got to show us, John. What is Murderbot? I
don't have that up, but it's based on a series of books about a android that is programmed for killing. It's like an assassin droid type thing, except he breaks his programming, and he's like the companion for this group. And the books are really well done, and I enjoy reading them. So I'm looking forward to this. It's got Alexander Skarsgård is the Murderbot.
This is based on a book.
Yeah, it's a book series. There's like 8 or 10 books or something.
So this is basically Becoming Human.
No? Tangentially, maybe, but
Security android struggles with emotions and free will while balancing dangerous missions and desire for isolations.
Yeah.
Detection of its self-hacking as it finds its place. That sounds like a game to me. But,
yeah, it watches like soap operas on its downtime and stuff like that.
So we got spaceships.
Yep.
This is a futuristic.
Yeah. It takes place hundreds of years in the future.
so totally not short circuit. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, that looks kind of cool.
Plus, it's on Apple TV, and they do really well with their sci-fi series.
That's what would really get me interested in it, because Apple TV does not disappoint when it comes to production. So that's pretty cool. Apparently, there's a lot of FBI shows. That's fun. That's all CBS is now. It's just FBI.
Well, there was. Two of them have gotten canceled.
Oh, well, yeah. Probably the two spinoffs here.
Yeah.
Survivor still kicking.
Now I watched that librarian show, the next chapter, because I'm a big fan of the series.
No, that's the one. Yeah, I forgot all about that show. Is that continuation from the one a couple years ago?
Yeah, it's like the next sequel. It's like some of the other characters are going to be recurring, but it's like new people doing the librarian stunt stuff. Okay,
yeah, I got to get back. I really enjoyed that show when it first came out, and then one of the seasons ending, and I just forgot all about it and never got back into it. So I definitely really enjoyed it. I'm curious if this Sirens is this a emergency services Sirens, or is this magical creature Sirens? I'm kind of curious. I want bets in the chat. I don't know if you know it, don't spoil it because John's looking it up now. But I want to know who's betting. I want to go with the fantasy creatures.
Before I hit enter,
okay,
I'm going to say it is promiscuous young women.
Okay, all right. I want to go with fantasy creatures. I'm thinking.
You're going to bring it up,
right?
And bring it up, and I'll hit enter, and we'll see what it is.
Okay.
Our upcoming dark comedy limited series created something unfolds explosive weekend is lavish beach estate series described as an incisive, sexy, darkly funny exploration of women, power, and class.
Oh, okay, well,
it does have Millie Alcock in it.
Oh, okay, all right, that's good stuff.
Julianne Moore, Kevin Bacon.
Okay, yeah, so got some good characters in it.
Yeah,
good actors and actresses, but definitely not what I was hoping for. I wanted the fantasy Sirens, which I don't know what that would be about, but maybe hunting them or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I do too. That would be
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then Big Mouth. This is a show I've forgotten all about. The final season of Big Mouth. Man, it's been a few years since I watched this show. But I enjoyed it when it first came out, and then I
never got into it.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of seasons for sure, and then I just kind of got out of it. Rick and Morty, I can't do it with the voice.
I can't do it without. I gave it the first episode, and I can't do it without.
I watched a couple episodes, and I couldn't get it. I tried, I really did. It's unfortunate. I understand, but it's just not the same. He does not sound the same. So I can't do it.
The humor's even different too.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit nearly as well as it did. So apparently all the creativity was with that guy. I don't know, but the what is it? High on Life that just came out on PS Plus last month, I think it was, for free. That's the Morty is the gun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. It's good.
I'd forgotten about that game.
Yeah, I used to watch American Got Talent a lot. I don't watch it anymore, but some good acts on there. Duck Dynasty is back. Oh man, wasn't that mired in controversy or something like that? Wasn't there something with one of the characters being racist? I don't know what.
Nah, I think one of them was racist, but they didn't like. It boils down to they don't like Phil's religion. So,
No. Okay.
who's the patriarch of the family?
All right. June. Oh God. Okay. Well, look, as you can see, what's coming out in June.
Yeah.
This bastardized season, this absolute shameful excuse for a season. They're doing part 2. They're calling it season 3, I believe, but it's really part 2 of season 2. It was so stupid how short it was. But anyways, Stick. Okay, here we go. We're doing bets again about what Stick is about. Now, John, everyone place your bets in the chat. What you think Stick is going to be about. I would like Stick to be a literal stick that is on a journey to find a dog. That's what I want this one to be about.
I want Stick to be about a bunch of Americans who can't drive their car because they don't know how to drive a stick shift.
Oh God! Jesus. Automatics have disappeared off the face of the earth, and all that's left are stick shifts.
Yeah. What network was it on?
Apple Plus or Apple TV. Yeah. That's why I'm interested. Anything, honestly, this list, guys, anything that's on Apple TV, we're going to check out probably because their production is ridiculous. So the shows may not always hit, but the production is usually.
It's a sports comedy show.
A sports comedy show.
A long, washed-up professional golfer turns toward a rising young star in the game to turn things around.
Okay.
Owen Wilson, Mark Maron's in it, Judy Greer.
Okay.
Timothy Oliphant's a guest star. So,
Timothy Oliphant, I like that guy. Okay, all right. Well, again, I'm batting 0 for 2 so far, so that's unfortunate. American Ninja Warrior's coming back. Okay, I always like watching that every once in a while, just to watch things that I'll never do.
It's a cartoon, but I like Phineas and Ferb.
Really, Phineas and Ferb. Sometimes you just gotta have that Disney night.
Yeah,
I get that. Sometimes I just want. I don't want full on adulting movies and TV shows. I just want to check the brain at the door, watch some innocent fun, and just enjoy a movie. And that's what Disney does. It's still out there. It still exists. There's still some shows that do it. Like I enjoyed that Percy Jackson TV series.
Allie and I, we need to finish that. We started it and haven't finished it yet.
I dug that show. I like the. I'm not sure if this is the correct title. The American-born Chinese or something like that.
Yeah,
It deals with like the Monkey King.
Yeah,
I'm always a fan of seeing things about the Monkey King.
I don't
understand half of it. I enjoy it immensely. I've always
anything inspired by Journey to the West.
Yeah. I could definitely see the Phineas and Herb. You just get in that Disney mood.
Now I like the books. I've read all the books, even though they're young adult books.
I never read the books for Percy Jackson. I never did. There was another. It's not Aragon, but there was another dragon series. Not a big one, but it was one that I remember reading it in middle school. That's what really got me into dragons. Yeah. Okay.
Fubar comes back.
What is Fubar? I'm not familiar with.
That's that Arnold Schwarzenegger series.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yours daughter's gets the super star. Okay, so what's the Buccaneers?
Okay, yeah, I was just about to ask. We got the Buccaneers. Now I'm gonna say. I mean, I don't want it to be the football team.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think that's kind of lame. So I'm gonna go the Buccaneers. I mean, the Buccaneers is the mascot is a pirate. So I want to go. I'm hoping it's a pirate show. Some kind of pirate show would be nice.
I'm gonna say it's about day traders.
Is it day traders?
Yeah.
Like Wolf on Wall Street type shit?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Oh, we're both wrong.
Oh my God. We're so wrong. You blow that up a little bit. Okay.
In the 1870s, Buccaneers
Historical
were five
drama.
ambitious young women and the daughters of American Nouveau Rich, Nan and Jenny
Oh,
St. George.
Is
Whatever.
this
Yeah.
is this the 1870s version of Sex in the City? Is this what it is?
Yep. That's what it looks like.
This is 1800 Sex in the City. Okay, got it. Wow. All right. That's okay. No. I like.
Well, it does have Christina Hendricks in it, so I mean that's got my attention. I won't watch it, but it's got my attention.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, there's another one for Apple TV. I'm 0 for 3 so far. So at least it wasn't football. I still think that would have been kind of lame.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to watch this, but Ironheart.
Well, they did go back and revamp it.
What do you mean?
They reshot a lot of stuff and recut it and stuff.
The problem is I don't care for the character.
Oh, I don't either.
I thought her part was dumb. Well, I don't even remember what movie it was. It was Black Panther 2, right?
Yeah.
Where they debuted her. Because she's supposed to be in the new Young Avengers, right?
Yeah, which are so old. It's taken them so long now. It's going to be the champions.
Yeah. It's going to be.
But
what is it? What was the parody to Scream? With the Wage brothers, and I don't know why it's just blanking.
I don't. Right a Scary Movie.
Scary Movie. Yeah, they're all joking about being in their 30s, portraying like high schoolers or something like that. Yeah. That's what it's going to be.
Well, see, that Riri Williams was a completely unnecessary character that Marvel made just to appeal to us, to try and appeal to a demographic that doesn't read comic books.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. It's like they're trying to make a younger, better Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't know. I definitely feel like they fumbled this one for a new character. I feel like there's got to be some better originality out there that they could have done. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but whatever. Squid Game, I'm definitely going to watch, despite my hate for this season or lack thereof a season.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to
part of a season.
It's crazy that this is the final season. We waited 2-3 years for another season, and it's only one. We got half of a bullshit season, and then another half. Like,
yeah,
I feel like they dropped the ball on Squid Games. I don't know. They did not capitalize on this at all.
Squid Game's something that should have been one and done.
I guess I thought it was great, and I actually was digging the first season. It just ended though. Or the second season. It just ended.
Yeah,
that was stupid. And I don't get it. Okay, all right. We got round 4. Smoke.
I'm going to look up Smoke TV. On Apple.
So let's see, Smoke. I think Smoke is going to be like, oh man, what? Yeah, I think it was the guy that played Two-Face in the Chris Nolan Batman. He did that cigarette movie.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Vince, hopefully you can think about what.
Oh, you're talking about Aaron Eckhart?
No, I don't think that's right. Oh, you're talking about the actor's name.
Yeah, the actor's name.
The movie where he's trying to basically sell cigarettes to kids. Basically, he was a salesman for cigarettes or whatever. The Marlboro Man or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was like a not a documentary or a mockumentary or whatever. It was it's gonna bother me to figure out. But I think this movie is gonna be basically about trying to sell cigarettes.
I think this one is about firefighters.
Oh, not another firefighter one. What do we
got? Detective and arson investigator working together to stop 2 serial arsonists in the Pacific Northwest. It's got Taron Egerton in it.
I'm not sure who that is.
Taron Egerton?
I mean, I don't recognize the name.
He's from The Kingsman.
I never watched The Kingsman.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it's great. I just haven't seen it.
John Legaz, whatever.
Wait, is
I
that
don't like.
Smollett? Is that the Smollett from the Empire?
That's his sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I only saw the name. I didn't see the first name. It's kind of hard to read on my screen. But his sister. Okay, she's gorgeous.
Greg Kinnear's in it. That's about it.
All right, so Fire Detectives. Okay, whatever.
I was close.
Yeah.
I'll take a half point for that.
July. Well, looks like we're
Going
going
to South Park.
Apparently, they're bringing seasons back. You know what really got me out of South Park was the fact that there wasn't any freaking seasons anymore. It was just episodic, specials.
Yeah.
They're not episodic, but just specials. That's all they had. So it's like I haven't watched South Park in years. And clearly, they're doing the airport thing again, the flying stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Interesting, but wait, is that it for July? Holy crap! Well, guys, only a couple things are coming out in July, apparently. So
yeah,
I hope
nobody wants to be near Superman.
Superman. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, these are only the major studios. It's not everything's coming out, but that's crazy. There's only a couple things coming out. Let's look at August. Okay. Oh, Outlander. This is one I was always thinking about getting into, but I never did. Ooh, Chief of War. Okay, Apple TV. Here we go. This is slowly becoming my new favorite game. Let's see, Chief of War. Do I kind of want to just go obvious and Cowboy and Indian on this thing? I think I'll go for the safe bet. I think I'm going to go Cowboys Indians on this one.
I'm going to say it's a political drama about during wartime, during World War II.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got.
No, we're both wrong. Well, you're close.
Is that Jason
Momoa? It's about the Hawaiian Islands.
Okay. 18th century?
Yeah.
Dude. Chief August 1st. Okay.
It's got Timur
It's a
Morrison
bloody
in it
campaign.
too.
Okay. Oh shit, it's got Boba Fett.
Yep. It's got a lot of New Zealand actors and actresses in it.
Oh man. Okay.
That makes sense. Get a lot of Maori.
I am definitely interested in this.
Yeah, I'll give this a look.
Wow.
Jason Momoa is,
Little mini series. Okay.
Yeah, 9 episodes.
9 episodes starting on
Something to be binge watched.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right.
I like that one. I wasn't too far off. At least
No, we'll give you that one.
I'm glad the Chief of War wasn't a bunch of Amazonian women going at it or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's the first one I saw that I might actually watch. I like it.
All right. So what's next?
Eyes of Wakanda on Disney Plus. I wonder if that's like a I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's the Wakanda series without any of the Wakandans that we know.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Go into okay. Well, it looks like we're coming up at the end of this list. Really, Marvel Zombies. Is it? Are we bringing back the animated zombies from the What If?
Yep.
That was very popular.
Yeah, it was
definitely something that what people wanted. Let's see, November, the American Revolution on PBS. Okay. Oh,
and Wonder Man.
Yeah, Wonder Man and Percy. Oh, that's a December.
Season 2 of Percy Jackson.
That's a good month right there for TV. Hell yeah. And that's gonna be right after Disney drops all those movies. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good couple months for Disney. Cool. All right.
Well, that was a good list.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I definitely like the new game we've come up with. Guess the Apple Plus show. I don't know if any of the other streaming services are worth playing that game. Maybe HBO.
Well, we did it with Netflix too.
We did it. No, we did it.
Yeah, we did. One of them was a Netflix show.
We did one because it was an interesting name, but
Yeah.
most of the Netflix ones skipped over because they never follow up. Okay, so the next list I have, one you might enjoy as well, is upcoming video game releases.
Oh, okay.
There's definitely something that I saw on this list that I'm interested in. Now, this is obviously, it seems like a pretty exhaustive list, and both these games I'm not going to play. But I started it with games that are coming up soon. Now, Luna Remastered is an RPG that I'm kind of interested in. Just because I'm interested in all RPGs.
Was it Silver Circle? That's the one I played, or Silver something. Which one was on the Dreamcast? Because that's the one I played.
Oh God, I didn't. My brother had a Dreamcast, but I don't. The only thing I remember about Dreamcast is Crazy Taxi. That's it. That's all I remember from Dreamcast. I saw a meme the other day of the one of those I miss those days pictures, and it had like Sony, Xbox, Sega, and like the banners,
Uh-huh.
like an E3 event, and then one of them was Dreamcast, and in the caption there was like, or in the comment section, was like, "What the hell is Dreamcast?" I was just like, yeah, that pretty much explains what happened with Dreamcast.
You know why Dreamcast failed?
It was ahead of its time.
No, there was 0 copy protection on their discs. The Dreamcast would read a burnt disc just as well as it would read a regular store-bought disc.
I don't know. I feel like that would make a killing these days. But then again, they never make money off of consoles, right?
Yeah.
They only make money off of the accessories in the video games.
Okay, what the heck is Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3?
Wait, okay. That's on PC, so you know it's going to be fun. We'll let you know when we have any news. Okay, well, listen. We don't know what it's about, even though it's coming in in a week. It hasn't been reviewed. It looks like it's got some guy in overalls being chased by dinosaurs.
It's a.
That's kind of funny. At least
if you bring it up, I've got the Steam page up.
Okay.
It's a puzzle game.
Oh my God! I never would have guessed that.
This is the Match 3 survival horror comedy RPG Metroidvania you didn't know you needed.
Guys, you didn't know you needed this. Hey, how's it going, Comic Crusader? I don't know if Joe's watching right now. He's off in Iceland at the moment, but he should be back in a couple weeks. This is a knock coming live for this week, maybe next week, and then Thursday night as well when we do the draft night, which I will talk about later.
Velociraptor with a gun. Or that's a guy.
That
was a compy. But
this looks like an awful mobile game.
Yeah, it does. Just the name got me. I had to find out what it was because of the name.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I get it. All right. Yeah, keep a lookout. A lot of these, especially ones for PC, I never really. There's so much crap that comes out for PC that I never play any of them. So they do have the Days Gone remastered coming out. So maybe I'll play I'll pay the $10 to get the upgrade version. I never actually. Did you ever play Days Gone?
No, it's one of those I keep meaning to get and play.
Yeah, kind of the same here. The controls are always a little too clunky for me. It's one of the reasons I couldn't get into Monster Hunter. Yeah, I hate the clunkiness of the controls. Joe's slacking off in Iceland. I don't. Yeah, you can yell at him when he gets back. He's doing his thing. What do you got here?
Now that
the Terror of Tiny Town. I mean, it's a short film, so it's less than 2 hours. So there's a chance.
Yeah. That Real Politics 3. I've played the Real Politics series. It's a strategy
Is it one of
political.
those like civilization
Yeah, it's one of those
kind
kind
of
of games.
games? Yeah. I'm always intimidated, but like the games I've always wanted to get into was games like Total War.
Yeah,
Like I even got the Total War Three Kingdoms game, and I put maybe like 30 minutes into it. I'm so intimidated by all the stuff that's on the screen that it's hard for me to get into it. Once I get into it, I'm fine. But
yeah,
man, those kind of games are just beyond. It's kind of like Breath of the Wild. Like I've heard that map is so freaking huge, and I'm usually an open world guy, but it's very intimidating, especially like in the second one, where they're like building all these monstrosities, and I'm like, dude, I'm not that creative, so I just don't want to do it.
yeah. That Forza Horizon's important. That is
I mean, the only racing game I will ever play is Gran Turismo. That's it.
yeah. This is the Xbox exclusive, or used to be exclusive.
I remember them. This was like when Xbox Series X was coming out. They're like, oh, you can do cars and stuff. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I've got it on PC. I think I've played it like maybe an hour.
It's just not. Yeah, Gran Turismo will always be my racing game. It's what I grew up with Gran Turismo 2, a little bit of 1, and then definitely 3 is the one I played the most.
Oh yeah,
I did. Oh my god, those endurance races. I did those freaking endurance races. I got my damn Indy car.
Gran Turismo is where I fell in love with the Skyline.
Man. And I'm always a fan of like. I don't think enough games do it. Like GTA 5 did a little bit. I like upgrading a car.
Oh yeah,
just like you do with armor in a video. Any kind of RPG upgrade to me, which is getting upgrades on a car. To me, that's RPG with a car.
Yeah, I can see that argument.
And for me, that's always been my favorite part of Gran Turismo was, I buy a part that's this much money. It gives me this much more speed, this much more acceleration, this much more handling, this more acceleration. All the little parts you can get.
Yeah.
That's all I want. That's all I want for my racing games. And if I get that, I'm happy. And I don't think they did that with the latest Gran Turismo. Not as much. I think they simplified it in it. I didn't care for it, and that's why I stopped playing.
Yeah, the latest one kind of went a little arcadey.
Shotgun Cop Man. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, this is kind of getting me. It makes me kind of want to play it. Shotgun Cop Man. I don't know. It looks good. It's good. Take a look here.
Doom: The Dark Ages.
Doom: The Dark Ages. Doom was never one that I really got into either. I was never really a fan of Doom. I played it on PC, the first one, but I was never a fan of the fast-paced shooter.
I'm not either.
The fastest pace I've ever gotten was Destiny. Really.
Now I'm going to try it just because I'm going to get it free on Game Pass.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dune Awakening I'm looking forward to. That's the MMO.
Is this the MMO? Okay, I don't know much about it. Maybe I'll have to check it out. I have been. It's been some time since I've done a MMO. My issue with MMOs in general is I can't just start it way behind everybody else.
Well, my problem is the grinding. I can't do the grinding anymore.
I generally can't anymore, but I will start the grind. I just won't be able to keep up.
The thing is, though, you're supposed to be able to ride worms in this, so I'm like, okay.
Awakening delayed beta now coming in May. Okay, well, never mind that one.
Yeah.
It still says May, so whatever.
Now I'd look at Whisper of Cthulhu just to see what that is.
Doesn't John have a wedding coming up? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your registry?
What, you mean to post my registry?
I think that's what Tim is saying, is to put these games on your registry.
Oh yeah, I can't I can't put stuff like that on my registry. I already tried.
Now I think it's going to be very difficult for me to get back into Elden Ring, considering how much time I put into it, and there's been so many updates that I don't know if I'll like it anymore.
Yeah,
They have the new DLC coming out in May, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can get back into it. There was the DLC that they dropped before. I didn't do that one. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. The one that came out recently, the Shredders, whatever.
Yeah, is it the same people?
But it's PC. I don't know much about it other than that. And there's no deals available. Okay. Okay, going into June. Oh, I know somebody that wants to play this. Civilization 7.
No, that's coming out for the Switch too. It's already out.
Oh, that's right.
These are Switch 2 games.
That's
when the Switch 2 comes out, so those are all.
Right.
I was, until I saw what they did with it, and they completely ruined it. And I wasn't willing to put the money into it.
That's right. The Switch 2 comes out on June 5th. The pre-orders were delayed apparently because of tariffs. What the fuck? No tariff is going to stop you from doing a pre-order. The dumbest fucking excuse I've ever heard. But anyways, what do I know?
I'm sorry. If I'm going to pay $450 for something, I'm buying a damn Steam Deck.
Yeah, I've definitely seen those videos going around about the Steam Deck. Being like, hey, this is looking pretty good now, right?
Yep.
So,
well, the thing is, on Steam Deck, you can play the games you already own.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I don't know. There's definitely... I don't know. I'll probably end up getting the Switch 2 in like a year or two.
Yeah. Well, if they got like a Christmas deal or something next year, like Black Friday or something.
Yeah.
I might.
I'm not going to bother trying to get it this year.
Yeah.
I'll wait till version 2 comes out and they stop the drifting in the controllers again.
The sequel to the most boring game in the universe, Death Stranding.
Yeah, man. I still can't believe the hype that this thing gets. And you're basically playing Kevin Costner in The Mailman.
Yep. You're a post-apocalyptic UPS guy. That's what you are.
Man, I paid full price for this fucking game, and I put maybe an hour into it, and I kept falling over, and I was like, I'm done. I was trying to get to some facility that allows me to extract something, and apparently I went to the one that I'm not, that doesn't work for me or whatever. It does the exact same thing, but it wasn't the one I needed to go to or something like that. And I just quit. I was like, I'm not walking all the way over there after walking all the way here. And then you can make.
I don't even think I made it through the tutorial.
I don't think so either. I don't know how far I got. It's just, I don't know. It's still a game that because I paid for it, I do want to play it someday. But I'm definitely not getting the second one until it gets on like.
Well,
PlayStation.
I got my copy free from the Humble Bundle Choice. It was one of the games, but there was something else I wanted that month, so I went ahead and got it.
Gotcha.
And didn't pause it. So
yeah, so I don't know. I'm not excited about that one, just because I couldn't finish the first one. So we'll see. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. How about that? And apparently,
the best Tony Hawk's are already out. That's 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I miss the games that actually had good music in it.
Yeah,
and I got to give a little bit of props to Madden, even though I don't want to play the game. After I saw what they did with Superstar Mode or whatever you want to call it, but There's actually pretty decent songs on there, at least now, for white people. Since I can't listen to R&B or hip hop all the fucking time. I dig it too. I like all music, but the game shouldn't. It used. I found Fallout Boy back in 2006 because of Madden.
Yeah.
They used to play other music, just something else, not just the same crap you can listen to in the background of playing Mutt. I miss the old soundtrack. So Tony Hawk, you're going to get a lot of alternative and grunge and all kinds of crazy shit. So,
assuming they got all the licenses,
I think they got most of them. Let's see. Tales of the Shire.
Yeah, that I was when they announced it, I was hyped.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Okay,
I was hyped for it because I was thinking it was going to be. I was going to think it was. Thought it was going to be like. Those farm games or whatever.
This is not the game you're looking for.
Yeah, it's actually gone.
Okay. Well, never
to the dark side there.
That's it. Donkey Kong, man. Good old Donkey Kong. I missed that game. Let's see here. Kirby.
And then Metal Gear Solid.
Another series I never got into. I never cared for it. I don't like games where I have to sneak around. I don't like sneaking around. Like,
you don't play stealth games.
Sneak around. Like Assassin's Creed for me got good when it was Odyssey, Black Flag, Odyssey, Valhalla. Valhalla ran way too long, but the game itself was good.
My favorite of that series is always going to be 3.
I never finished 3, but I got 3. Do you remember the trailer for 3?
Oh yeah,
the "I'm Coming Home" song.
Yeah.
So that was probably. I wish I could play that, but it would get us, whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, look up if you can. Assassin's Creed. I don't know if there's a proper title for it, but Assassin's Creed 3 trailer, and I forget the name of the song, but that song hyped me up so much that made me want to play it. That's the there's very few trailers. I hate trailers in general, but that gaming trailer was hyped me up so much for that game. It's like, holy shit. So, but in general, yeah, I don't like sneaking games at all. At least in Assassin's Creed, you have the option. Like, even in this latest one, Shadows, you could be the assassin, but you can still kick ass. Or you could just be the big, samurai guy and just walk in and murder everything. So,
if you're playing a stealth game and you kill everybody, it's still stealth because nobody saw you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. How am I still wanted? No one saw me kill anything. They're all dead. No. Okay. So, yep. There you go. Borderlands 4. I had actually tried to get into Borderlands 3. I did get into it when it first came out, and then unfortunately, in that year, I actually had walking pneumonia, and I never came back to it after that. Like, I was playing the game up until then I was out of everything for like 2 months, and I just never came back to the game because by that point, when it comes to these kind of games, MMOs, and this is kind of an MMO. It's not.
It's a looter shooter. It's a
looter shooter, right? I hate falling behind, so that's why I'm kind of interested in that Dune, because in the beginning, at least, everyone's on the same level, somewhat,
except for those that paid for early access,
right? But there's no going around that. But for the most part, everyone's starting at the same, right? So for me, that I feel like that's your best chance to learn with other people, and get the best out of it and learn and explore, rather than having, I'll join this crew and they'll teach me everything. And I remember when I did Borderlands 2, I think it was for the first time I joined some of these games, Borderlands 1 or 2, I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
And this guy is way overpowered, and he's taking me through these levels, and he's murdering everything. And I stopped playing after that. I'm like, dude, I don't want to play this anymore. It's that's not fun. to go around with people that just murder everything for you. It's okay when you're like building up an alt character, right? Because that's the whole purpose of an alt, is to just get it up to where you can be useful, fast leveling.
Yeah.
But your first character, man, you can't do that. It just ruins it. So I don't know. But I'm always, like I said, I put a lot of time into Destiny 1, and that came not nearly as much time on Destiny 2. But I always enjoyed the concept. I always enjoyed the combat. It's one of the few games that I used to actually play PvP on. Not very often, but it was at least a little fun. But yeah,
I always wanted to get in the Division, but I don't know. I'm not a shooter fan, but I like the world of the Division.
Division, I did play it when it came out with a couple of people, buddies of mine. And again, same thing. We were learning together. You had the extraction zone. The extraction zones were intense. Have you seen the game at all, John? Are you aware of what the extraction zone is?
That's the PvP area, isn't it?
It is, yes. So the extraction zone is where you go. It's kind of like Escape from Tarkov-ish, where you collect the materials. You're fighting. There's it's a PvP PvE, I believe it's called. So there are NPCs there, and then there's also other players there. And basically, you go around and you just try to collect stuff, and then you go to certain points on the map where you call in a helicopter. It takes several minutes to get there, and you just wait there for your shit to get extracted. They drop a line, and then you have to, the stuff that you want to keep, you put in there, and then that extracts it, right? Man, so intense. Like you're just praying that nobody comes around and just.
I'll say, don't people come around and just kill you and take your stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. They could if you're not watching, if your group's not prepared for, and yeah, it happens. It didn't happen too much to make us angry because, like I said, everyone's almost basically on the same level, right? Because that's what I'm talking about. Is obviously you have the sweats that you'll never keep up with, but for the most part, you won't run into them all the time. Generally,
yeah.
Plus, I think the best thing they should do for those games is keep them like separate. The higher levels, because they have instances, right?
Yeah.
Where you can, kind of keep players in the same level together, so they at least have a chance against you. I think they scaled, if I'm not mistaken, they scaled in that one. So even if you were higher level, you didn't overly destroy somebody. You at least give them a chance. You had better abilities, you had better attacks or whatever, but you didn't just one shot.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. But no, I do remember that kind of stuff. But again, that's really only fun with the group.
Oh yeah.
I only ever played MMOs for DCUO for 5 years because of the people that I was playing with. And that's where I met Joe. That's where I met Jimmy. Red pops up every now and again in the chat. Redburst. God, man, we used to have so much fun. I'm talking like crying, laughing at the stuff that we did. So
that
was the whole reason to play for so long. Yeah, so that's always the fun part. Yeah, man. So anything you want to discuss? That was kind of the end of the list of that one. So it was kind of a little short. I didn't see a whole lot that I'm looking for game wise.
Well, there was games that don't have a date that were announced we could talk about on that list.
Oh, yeah, I already got rid of the list.
Oh, okay.
Let me go to history. I can pull it back up. Let's see. No, I don't want to pull up Tales of the Shire again. Okay. That's all right. I can find it again.
That's okay. I mean, I've got something we can bring up in the meantime.
No, I got it.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and do what you get, because I know I kind of glossed over it during the pop culture thing.
Gina Carano is taking on Disney with Elon Musk money.
I like her.
and she is kicking the crap out of Disney. Her latest win basically says that they have to provide payment for all the actors and all the other Star Wars projects, how much they paid everybody to show how much.
They're trying to figure out how much she should get for
right,
Austin, right?
Yeah,
what she would have gotten if they had fired.
Yeah, and because it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Because I mean, when you consider that Pedro Pascal said the exact same thing, just about a different people. You know, he referenced those on the right. She referenced those on the left, and she didn't even reference them. She just said it was this is similar to this,
similar to events leading up to Nazism, basically.
Yeah. It didn't.
It wasn't the actual Nazism itself. It was the events leading up to it.
Right.
The precursor leading up to it.
Whereas Pedro Pascal just basically called everybody that he didn't agree with Yahtzee. But so she's going to get paid. It's not a question of the fact they didn't fire him, but they fired her for saying the exact same thing. Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion that she's going to get paid. Now, how much is she going to be paid? This is all the thing they're trying to figure out. But the fact that it wasn't the fact that the problem was they were doing a series for her. That's where it stems from, is the fact she was getting her own series.
You know, the Rangers or something like that?
Yeah. Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, she was. And then they said, "Oh, we're not going to do it now." The only reason they said they weren't going to do it now is because of what she said and what the vocal minority did. But basically this is basically the signaling that yes, that we need to find out what she's actually going to earn, because this is going to go in her favor.
Yeah, I hope so, because it's going to be interesting. See what happens there. I remember I'm going to go a little jet here for you guys. When I met her last year, she was really cool, and I remember going to her panel for a little Q&A, and I mean, even the announcer now, the announcer was like, we're behind you, kind of thing. And I'm sure they had to get a guy that would actually say that, but they found one that would. Those events aren't always friendly to certain sides.
No.
So and I did catch a little bit of that this year going too. So definitely some of that grumbling going on there, which is unfortunate, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. But, see, this is I'm going to relate this to D&D because that's one of my big areas.
Mm-hmm.
This is a reason why gatekeeping is so important, because you get tourists in there that want to change it to the way they want instead of what it is.
You talking about homebrew?
No, not homebrew. I'm talking about.
I feel like that's what homebrew is.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can homebrew whatever you want, but that's not the thing. They've gone and they've changed. It's the whole thing about, it's with the 2024 version of D&D, they no longer have races. They're species. and certain, yes, the official stuff needs to be neutral. There's, orcs are no longer a monster and drow, they took out drow because supposedly that like you can't have something that's inherently evil. So it's just things got really watered down, and while I enjoy playing it, I'll still play 5th edition. I just won't do 5.5.
I don't know what 5.5 means. I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not that far into it yet.
I'm on to 5e. I know what that means now, but I don't know what 5.5 means.
5.5 is the 2024 rewrite of the main books. They didn't come out and call it 6th edition. It's still 5th edition, but it's 5.5 because it's the changed version of 5e.
5e being the 2014?
Yep, 2014. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right. Gotcha. All right. I mean, I obviously not knowing too much about this industry quite yet. I'm only 2 weeks into it. So, but I feel like my guess would be that they're trying to appeal to broader, bases. I mean, it's getting more popular.
Yeah, it is. And stuff like Critical Role definitely are a big reason why. Mm-hmm. But you got to remember, I've been in and around the industry since the 80s. Right. I started playing in 79, but I mean, I've actually been, started going to convention in the 80s. I've actually worked in the industry. I worked for Steve Jackson Games for a while. And I've got, some published stuff, and I'm about to publish a new book, which I've got my Kickstarter out there for. Or it's not live yet, but it's going to go live in May after the wedding.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely still learning. It's funny. I did actually go this last weekend. I went down south and I actually found a tabletop store.
Yeah.
Mostly Warhammer, but they did have other stuff there too. So I ended up getting a new dice box, so I can actually roll the dice in. Apparently, some dice are not glass friendly. So
no.
So I got these like super cute like mini dice, which I can carry around in my pocket if I want to. And then I think, what did I get? I got another book, and then I actually this week I actually got a bunch. I sent you that picture on our chat.
Yeah.
Some of the games I got, but some of them I was looking for like solo playing stuff, just so I can kind of get into the mindset of this.
Yeah.
But I still want to try to look for some groups. Unfortunately, the one down there, it looks like they have some dice games on Tuesday nights, that's a really tough sell for me, just because it's during the week and it's all the way down south, which means I have to drive out of my way in the evening time during rush hour to get there, just to play, then drive all the way back home. It's just completely out of the way. So,
do they do like Magic or something on the weekends? Is that?
When I went there, they were mostly doing like the Warhammer paint shop thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a full on, paint your shit here.
Yeah.
They also had rooms where you could do actual stuff.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool little place for sure. I definitely plan to go by there. And then they pointed me towards their Discord to try to find some local games on there. So definitely may try to do that. And I've just been looking online trying to find groups, but haven't been that successful.
Yeah. I've got another special dice that I never bothered showing you yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kansas City Chief dice.
Nice. All right. Is that number one for all of them, or is that the lowest dice?
No, it's the 20. It's the 20 for that. But yeah, for the D20, it's the 20. But yeah, it's a company called Forged. They're actually based in Lee Summit, which is a suburb of Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did I actually played the Warhammer RPG Wrath and Glory last couple of weeks as a flavor break for our D&D game on Thursdays.
Yeah, I definitely really, really wanted to get into a game, but it's kind of tough, especially because I tell you one thing. A lot of the groups are like bi-weekly shit, and I get it. Adults got to be adulting, but once every 2 weeks is not going to hold my attention. It's just you're talking to a gamer. Like I play games every day for at least 3 hours. So I mean, like,
problem we stop at 9 Central, so 9:30 Central Time on Thursday. So that's going to be too late for you because you'll be up to 10:30. But if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to join us at our game.
So what exactly do you do, and what is it?
Well, we took a flavor break, but we're going back to D&D.
Okay. And what levels do you start at? Like, am I coming in hot?
I think you'll be like 5th or 6th.
Okay, because I have no idea how the levels work yet. I've only ever done presets and level 1.
Yeah, you won't be. You might start at level 1, but in this game, I am playing a gnome thief illusionist named Quince Backmidden, Midden, Midden.
Okay. So, do you guys use like the Roll20 or the Beyond D&D or anything like that?
Or? No, we play on. We use Albert Rodeo for the tabletop part, which is a free. It's where you roll all your dice and you move your tokens around and stuff and have the maps.
Okay.
But yeah, you keep your character sheet on mine's on a PDF.
You do this every Thursday?
Yep.
So you got one tomorrow night?
Yep. After the show, I'll give you the Discord information.
All right, man.
Send you a Discord invite.
Sorry, guys. I had to geek out a little bit there. I've been desperate to start playing this damn game since 2 weeks ago. But okay, let's see. We got a couple more moments, so let's go back to our little list here, and then we'll wrap it up with a couple of announcements. Not going to have too much. Just going to go a little bit over this list. The remaining to be announced. I didn't really look at this one. Now the Altileries.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that right. That's an RPG. I kind of learned of that series during my RPG hunt. Basically, when I was looking for PS1 games and PSP games and PS Vita games to get, that one came up a lot for RPGs. Apparently, there's like a million of these.
Yeah.
So I recognize that, at least the series, but I haven't played it though. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything I've seen so far, but we're only on Borderlands 4, but we've got for Switch 2. Eventually, it's going to come out for Switch 2.
Car Dealer Simulator. Okay, so I've been playing not recently, but a couple weeks ago. Every day I was playing. What is it? The Storage Hunters.
Oh, okay.
I'm a sucker for simulators. I don't tend to play them for very long, but they're not usually very expensive.
No.
So I did the TCG simulator, the TCG card simulator.
Yeah.
With the
they've got a PC simulator where you build computers.
Yeah, I've seen that, but that's a little much. I do it for my job. I don't want to do it at home.
Fair enough. What about Power Washing Simulator?
I have, yeah. You remember when I was doing the Back to the Future one?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also, another stream, I was doing the Final Fantasy VII DLC where I was cleaning the motorbike and the truck. So, but it was funny because you could actually go back if you can ever find out what episode that was. When you finish cleaning the van or the trailer and Back to the Future, the car actually comes up because the car's parked next to the trailer as you're cleaning it.
Yeah.
And when you're done cleaning it to signify you finish, the car will actually circle around in the parking lot because you're cleaning it in a parking lot at night, and it actually does the thing.
Oh, it does the flame tracks?
It does the thing. Yeah, it does. Does the flame tracks, the whole thing. Yeah, it was freaking, and we showed that live. It was awesome. Cool. I was playing it in the background while Joe was doing a show, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Put me in Joe because I had it like playing, sharing it, but he wasn't. He didn't have it up. But whenever anything interesting would happen, he would pop it up. So I was like, "Joe, put me in, coach," and he puts it up, and then boom, we see the car go back in time. It was awesome.
Yeah, sounds like one of that's definitely. I don't remember it, so that must have been one of the episodes I missed.
It could have been. Yeah, I remember Jed being there, but I don't remember if you were there. But so I'm a bit of a sucker for. I don't know if I'll do car dealership, but I am a sucker for simulator games. They're so fun. I'm a huge fan of building up, starting from scratch, depending on what it is. It's why I never finish Skyrim, but I always start Skyrim.
I've never finished Skyrim.
I finished it a couple of times. I have finished the story. I finished the DLCs. I have done it. I mean, the story is only 10 hours long. It's not a very long story. But I love restarting things. Like I like starting from scratch in any game. Survival games, like 7 Days to Die is a really good one that I like to restart.
I just bought that for PlayStation.
Oh.
So I could have it on PlayStation too.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna have to play it sometime then. But I love that game. I got it for the PC because they hadn't updated the console until recently.
Yeah.
Because it was that shitty version. You had to rebuy the game too, which I did. So I have the new version of 7 Days to Die on there. But
so I've got to buy the PS5 version.
Well, there was two versions. There was the one that never got the update, and then there was the one that's the new version that got the update, the latest.
Oh,
update.
okay.
Basically, the company was bought out or whatever. So Fun Pimp, I think, had got into something happened, and so they never updated on console, but they were still updating it on PC. And console just fell so far behind. And by the time, like 3 or 4 years later, that they came back, they just like, okay, we're just basically selling you a brand new game with the updates that PC got. So it was kind of BS, but whatever.
Yeah. No, if you've got it on PC, I'll play with you on PC.
I have it on both now, yeah. So I played it more. I played the new updated version on PC more than I have on PlayStation. It definitely feels better on PC.
Yeah, I'm always about some. If I can get somebody, because I used to build freaking insane bases.
Dude, I had one build that I was so proud. It was a necessary build because on console, it was very, very bad when it came to building up bodies. Right, the lag.
Yeah,
horrible. I actually created, and if we ever do this, I'll probably do it for our build, not because it's needed for gameplay wise, but just because it looks so cool and it was actually very efficient. Around the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't build like a moat or something like that. What I did was I built kind of a moat, but think of a moat, but the top part, like level with the ground, has cement pillars protruding from the wall going into the earth. So basically, when you look up, it looks like bars from above, right?
Right.
And so what we had to do in order to get rid of the bodies was one of us would be on the wall, shooting down at whatever, and we had spikes and whatnot. But then the other person would be below. There would be doors that led to the outside there, and you'd see the bars above them, and you would hack up above to get rid of the dead bodies, so it wouldn't lag the game.
Yeah,
and it worked out beautifully, and it looks so cool too. The only time they slipped through the bars was when they were dead, so there was no danger to the person below, unless of course you got one of the exploders, but. That was the basic version of the PlayStation one, so they didn't have a lot of the things that they have now, where things are more dangerous. But so I don't know if it'll work now, but it was such a cool thing. So, but I barely left the base. I barely ever explored. I just collected shit. I crafted. I was a crafter, builder, defender guy.
Oh, I'm always the guy. I like build stuff, but also I like going into the town. In fact, I'll usually pick a
I like
town
doing
and
it too because that's how you level up. Because
yeah,
killing zombies is always the quickest way to level up. But I liked being able to create the best axes, the best shovels, the best tools,
yeah.
and then we go do and then I get my crossbow. I gotta have my crossbow,
Oh yeah,
and then we could do and then I'll go out once I'm fully loaded. We have a good base to get back to, and then I'm willing to go out.
yeah. I'll turn like a town into like um, like Gaza or something with all the tunnels and everything.
I did
And
take like a 3 block area and just flatten it.
oh no,
And then
I
once
dug underneath everything and I could run from building to building to building. Because I put a hole and jump down in the tunnel and run to the next building and climb up. Not seeing anything.
I leveled the whole thing. Digimon. Nice.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. For phone and PC. Dying Light. Ooh.
The Beast. Yeah, it's like a short thing.
Another game I like to play was Ark.
Oh yeah, I'll play Ark. I love Ark.
I played the crap out of Ark. I didn't play it on PC, but on the console I played a lot. That was actually the game I played after 7 Days to Die, and that was when Ark first came out, and it's garbage now because I don't do PvP.
Yeah,
And
I don't
PvE
either.
people have pillared the shit out of everything, so you can't build anywhere, and they build these ridiculous monstrosities that lag the server. So it just turned into not fun at all. But I used to love that game, especially when we got into mutations and got different colored dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. I had actually gotten back into the game, and this was before they changed the game, because what was really cool back in the day was that you can actually, when someone stopped playing after like 8 days, their dinos, if they're still alive, you can actually take them.
Yeah.
Game unclaimed. You can't do that anymore, which really sucks. Yeah, it really sucks because I went back one time and I played the game. And I was next to this one big base, and they just stopped playing, so I waited, and they had like the blue like tigers or whatever, and I ended up using those to not tigers, but what were they? They were like, I don't know. I remember they could shoot acid out or whatever. They were like sniper dinos.
Oh, okay.
You could put them on like guard towers and use them as like guards. But they were like four legs, whatever. They can climb shit. They're really cool. But they were mutated blue, and I used that to trade because I used to be on Facebook. I used to be on those chat groups where you could trade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of fun. And then you just get mutations. I get like other mutated, yellow Terries, green. I always liked my Pteranodons, even though they nerfed the crap out of their flight. That was one of the things that really sucks is when they nerfed stamina and birds. But I still may do. And you get. I got really into that, and then of course the baby slaughtering was always fun. One of the best things they did though was they brought the cryopods. That was a game changer where you didn't have to, because I used to get up at 3 a.m. to feed the babies. Like that was life.
Yeah.
And we used to do that glitch where you'd have the dinos in the water, because when they floated in the water, they wouldn't eat nearly as often.
Yeah.
But sometimes you would wake up and they'd be drowned. They would glitch in the water and just drown. So it was kind of hit or miss back then. Those are the fun days.
Yeah.
Didn't pause the growth, but you had to be there because you wanted to be able to activate their buff when you, what did they call it? I forget the word they use, but every like couple hours while they're growing, you could activate them with either a piece of food or a pet or something like that, and they would imprint. It was imprinting.
Yeah.
And so they would get extra stats off that imprinting. And so we would 100% these things so that they would have the best stats possible. I mean, unfortunately, it didn't carry on to the babies, but still, we used to breed the stats as well.
Yeah. Well, I never played on public servers because I don't like PvP. So.
Well, I was on public servers, but it was PvE. So I remember the only thing we could do was lead dinos to other people's bases. And we didn't do it often, but only to people that pissed us off. And we did one epic one where we spent about 3 hours trying to get these gigas to this and T-Rexes to this one douchebag's bases, and we murdered all of their dinos. They were all on passive, and they could do nothing. And we we destroyed all of their play. We were just flying above, watching the destruction of their base. It was glorious. Can't do that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I used to build the ship and go around and collect dinos and take them back to base.
Yeah. All right, I do want to see the Ghost of Yoti, by the way, but
yeah,
of course, in 2032 when Grand Theft Auto comes out.
Yeah.
I much want to kind of try to get into Hyrule Warriors because I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan. So, and Hyrule Warriors is kind of that Koei type thing.
Yeah.
I think it's made by Koei. Let's see here. Just kind of skimming through this. We're about to be wrapping up here in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and call it here. I think we covered them out. Let's see here. Let me go to the banners. Not the banners, the assets. Let's see here. A couple things I want to showcase. The only thing I'm going to bring up is we good for this Friday, John?
Yeah, we're good for this Friday.
Okay. Right here, this Friday, we got the Fallout, Tale of Two Wastelands. I'll be there. I'll be drinking. And we'll see what... are we still in the DLC? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm at the... I made it... I've got to turn on the Doomsday gun.
That's right. Okay.
So I'll be doing that.
So we're doing that on Friday, and then I'll probably be back here next week for this as well. I'll have to find more stuff to talk about. Maybe find some more lists that are a bit longer, but these ones are okay.
Unfortunately, you're going to be solo. I won't be here.
Yeah. There's a chance. I mean, it depends on if Jed's not going to show up. It might not be a very long show, but I might give it a go solo. Maybe I'll just play a game or something. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11. It's cool. The slowest paced possible game you can ever play. But it's the one game that I can play forever and ever and never get bored of it. I've replayed this game. It's probably, in the history of my gaming, it's probably my most played game. Probably.
You've never played Civilization with the max number of civilizations and the max size planet, because there's times it's 20 or 30 minutes between turns.
Yeah. No, that didn't sound like something I want to do. But all right, so we'll probably be back here, and then we are doing the draft night, and we'll be doing that.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here. Let's see. Can I pop it up? Where's it at?
Cool.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you for coming out, everybody that came up. I'm gonna close this out now. See if I can get it for. No, I missed it. I didn't get for 2 hours. So well. But all right, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Thank you for coming by.
Have a good one. Bye.